Boys, gotta wait a second to let YouTube catch up. I'm feeling good today, guys. I do this like assisted stretching slash guided meditation about once a month. Had that last night, and man, I feel so good today. Always has my back feeling a lot better. I've got back issues out the wazoo, and they stem from a hip issue, which stemmed from a hamstring tear. So I'm definitely a ball of injuries just waiting to go off. But I'm doing jujitsu now, so definitely got the need of kind of prioritizing my body right now. Looking to start competing, hopefully next spring. I'm feeling pretty good about it. Anyway, good morning, neighbors. Welcome to The Pulse. I am Julius Clark, your local Indianapolis realtor, and today we're going to be taking a little peek at the recently pended properties before we get into our regular stream. There's 575 of them, so we will not be clicking through all of them. We're just going to start out with this map here and kind of check out where the highest propensity of properties were. Just off the rip, we can already notice that in the circle itself, we've got the highest population there, so you could expect it, but we've got the most transactions going on here in Indianapolis. Second is going to be like the Brownsburg, Avon area, then Carmel, Westfield, Noblesville. And then down south of Indianapolis in Greenwood. Would not have expected that. Going in a little bit further, looks like a lot of the transactions happened on the east side. We're going to start just by looking at Indianapolis. Still, highest propensity on the east side. Now we get a little bit of a breakdown to understand where stuff was at. Some stuff going on over here in the Martindale-Brightwood area. The east side, this might even be Holy Cross, some of these transactions. Grace Tuxedo was always going to see a lot. There's just a really high population in this big block right here. Lots and lots of residential houses in there, so lots to transact. Looks like our prices are all over the board here as well. Fountain Square did have a cheap one go, and Fountain Square did need some work. This one's a little cheap too. Interested to see what this one looked like. It's not super cheap or anything, but by Fountain Square needs, this is definitely a cheaper house. Somebody definitely got a good deal here on this one. All right, what other areas were popping off? Let's look kind of in the Broad Ripple area. What transacted over here? Got two in the Butler Tarkington area. One's a lease though, so I don't think we can count that. Another lease there as well. But definitely lots of stuff that was going on here. Even on 38th Street, we got a property for $500,000. That's typically not what we see. I did see this house. It is a really nice house. Going into the rest of the Broad Ripple area, don't have a ton of transaction that happened in the last 5 days. Got a really big one right there on the strip. This house is really nice. And then a couple of smaller houses. I was actually taking a look at this one last night. It looks like it ended up going pending though. So that's cool, I guess. One there in Warfley, just north of the canal as well. Where else did we have a lot of properties? One for $800,000 over here by Allisonville Road. That's kind of crazy. That is a pretty big house. Where else did we have a lot? We already looked kind of on the east side here. I wonder what's going on in the Riverside area. This area has been seeing a lot of action because of the new development going on in the hospital. Like this one right here is probably a great midterm rental, although it is 5 bedrooms. So I take that back. That's probably just an owner-occupant home. But we got this little cheapie that went for $115 all done up. And this probably would make a great midterm rental. It's in a good spot for it. Got another cheapie in the Riverside area. I went to go see that one. Kind of similar vibes as the last. Same with this one. It was just a little more expensive than I would have paid for a property there. So I never ended up going to take a look at that property. Now let's go into our other areas that we did see some particular interest in. Over here on the west side in the Avon, Brownsburg, Plainfield area, we also had a lot of transactions. Most of these are likely owner-occupant homes. It looks like a good percentage of them are kind of centered on this Green Street. My sister used to live like right here. Definitely a good location. My other sister currently lives like right out here. So definitely a lot of houses in this area. Prices all over the board again. We do have quite a few leases that came through here. Looking at Avon, we're going to see a lot of the same. Looks like Green Street changes into North Avon Ave. I did not know that. Had a little cheapie going there. That was a good one. At Duplex and Plainfield that we were looking at on stream, it did go pending as well. I don't think it's actually pending yet. Maybe it is. Yeah, this thing's already pending. I got a message from the agent last night. I didn't end up getting to go over there. Scheduling didn't work out, but I did go look at a house on the south side that I really liked. Now we'll go over to the south side. We did see a lot more going on over here as well. Looks like you're middle of the pack kind of house is getting transacted over here, other than this big boy over here. All in kind of the $200,000 price range. We have one here for $400,000, but it's a nice big house. South side's definitely a good spot to look at if you're kind of getting tapped out of in the circle. Again, we had this area up here: Carmel, Noblesville, Westfield. There are lots of transactions in. Oh my gosh, lots of transactions going on over here. These are going to be your more heavily priced homes for sure. Seen a lot of $300,000 plus. Most of them are honestly about $500,000. This is a good spot. I in particular have been very interested in this block right here. This block has been pretty nice lately. There's a couple off-market deals in there currently that I've been looking at. What went transacted over on Morse Reservoir? That's always interesting. Big house there, $3 million house there, $500,000 house there. Can't believe a house is going for under $300,000 that close to Morse Reservoir. That person got a steal. And then we're just going to zoom back out just to kind of look at the broader perspective of Indiana. Where are all the transactions happening? It's in Indianapolis. From this far level, it says 383 homes in Indianapolis. Looks like it was pulling from all the surrounding counties as well. That zoomed out, though. In the past 5 days, almost 1,000 transactions have happened in the state of Indiana. I think that speaks very nicely to how our market has been handling this winter. But anyway, that's the pended properties for today. Let's head into the actual portion of the show, where we've got quite a few listings to look at today. I went ahead and kind of changed up our area of focus. I went down to Shelbyville, and I wanted to also check out those two houses that are listed down in Franklin. That's a pretty poppin' area. Let's jump into it. Get past all these leases. See, we're going to start off with some land today. Yep, we're always starting out with land. Eugene Street is a pretty nice area. I wonder how many square feet this lot is. I'm not getting that information readily available. The buyer agency compensation on this one is only $500. It is a cheap little lot at $13,500. It's got a big old tree on it, so that one's going to be a little tough to build on. It looks like it's got a bit of a trench that's going through it as well. I'd be curious what the water situation is like on this property. But just for curiosity's sake, man, I had to really check my language there. Let's look at the area. This is a lot for $13,500, so that probably means it has no utilities. But it's here on the west side, over by Riverside. This would probably be a good little location to build out a new property. Make it a nice little short-term rental. I'm not minding this one. Cool. I'm going to close this pended properties window so we don't keep getting confused. Dang, we really don't have a lot of properties to look at today. And Jackson Street in Fairland, Indiana. I'm not familiar with it. This kind of just looks like a garage. I don't really know what's going on here. I'm going to pass on that. English Ave in Indianapolis. Drove by this last night. Just by looking at the pictures, doesn't look like it's in the best area. Looks like we got limestone houses around us too, which always is going to hurt us. But it never hurts us to look at the numbers. So looking at this property, we are on English. How far out west are we? Or are we east? We are east on English. It's in Christian Park, which is a nicer area on the east side. does look like our block here is performing a little bit better than the surrounding areas. So we'll give her a gander. We're 2-1, 700 or 600, 870 square feet. So I think our ARV is probably around this 125 house, let's be honest. This house was done up pretty nice. That's probably something that's achievable in our location as well. I do think that it's probably priced a little too high. Considering the nature of this house, I'd assume you have to put at least $50K into it, which would put you right at that 125 mark, not leaving a lot of room for any investors. This is definitely one that if you were super interested in this area, I'd be interested in putting in some offers under this ask price, probably closer to $60,000, but it's got some potential there. I'm not going to save it. Another piece of land on Wagner Lane. We only have this one picture available. It looks heavily wooded, so would need quite a lot to do here. This lot does have available, so it is not currently hooked up. Commons Drive. This is a little condo, but the condos haven't been doing bad lately, so I'm going to give her a gander. Looks like we need some wall patches. Tile is always hit or miss. I can't tell if this was shot with maybe a wide angle, so that's why it looks like the floor is kind of curved. My guess is that it was shot with a wide angle. It's kind of the only way you can get these pictures. This thing's done up pretty nice. It looks like you kind of just need to do some light patches on the walls. I do see, I don't know why there's a sticker on the ground. That's unfortunate. Probably need a new vanity in this bathroom. New AC unit. It's a clean little property. I'm interested in where it's at. I'm not familiar with Commons Drive. Take a gander. So we are in a location where properties are kind of already selling where we're listed, right? 107. I don't see how we would make this work. It looks like the same property might have been listed before, just at a slightly lower price. Somebody's probably just trying to wholesale this one. I don't even see the bad spot on the walls in this picture. These are probably before the tenant occupied the space, is my guess. So that one's a no-go. 401 South Oxford. I feel like I've seen this home before. It's not a great road. I was looking at houses in like the single digits on this road, so definitely could be in a... That's Oxford, Indiana. Oxford Street, Indianapolis. Looks like this one's probably being wholetailed as well. Can't really tell what changes they might have made to the property. Looks like it needed new carpet. An updated kitchen. God, I don't know what's going on there with that vent. It's a cute little bathroom, actually. So this thing was probably wholetailed, and my guess is there's no room in this. This is another one I'm pretty sure that's been on the market here recently. This one just needs new flooring. I'd update the kitchen a little bit. Needs a washer and dryer. Paint the walls. Looks like it needs new trim. This is pretty similar to that last house, but I just feel like it's in a lot better condition comparatively. Maybe it's just the photo quality that's making me feel that way. One does have a nice big garage on it as well, which is always a big plus. Let's look at these surrounding comps. Subject property is listed at 140. I don't think that those are going to be comps. You can just see that the lot sizes are completely different. My guess is that the year build's a little different too. It's actually older here with these bigger lots, but those lots are considerably bigger than ours. Our lot is Different garage. Our lot size almost 9,083. But these lot sizes, yeah, it's more than double our lot. That's the one I just clicked on. So I don't think this is a great home just for that. I wish there were more home sales on this road to help us out, but it looks like we are kind of on the least desirable road in this area, unfortunately. So I don't think it's going to be a great investment. It's also really far out there on the east side. Next up is a duplex on Chester Ave. I believe that I took a look at this one last night with an investor, and I do like it. It's got window units, so that's a little funky. The exterior definitely needs a little bit of patchwork. The inside of this thing is pretty clean, man. I don't like where this refrigerator is. How are you supposed to get back there? So maybe some rearranging needed in the kitchen to make some extra space for the fridge. We don't have back doors. We have side doors. Got a garage. The garage looks like it's in tough shape. So we need AC and a torn down garage is what it looks like. The roof on this actually looks really good. I don't know what's going on with all the scuff marks on the house. That's kind of odd. Looks like a nice little street. Now it's all going to be about the rents. Currently leased. Oof. Need to know the number of rooms in here. They look big enough to be 2 bedrooms now. See if we can't count bedrooms. It might be a 1 bed. Kind of looks like a 1 bed. Okay, so we'll run the comps at 1-1. Chester Ave isn't terrible. Indianapolis, we'll run this as a 1. So we call it 800. So you are at that 1%, but after you're doing the repairs, you would not be. This would be good as a house hack, potentially. I'm also just curious as to where this house is in relation to the city. Hello, Facebook viewer. Just happened to see that. Looks like we're similarly priced to the other properties in the area. We're on 16th Street, which isn't bad. We got Brookside over here. We're in Little Flower. Huh. We are in Little Flower. Oh, it's only 150. I thought, or 140. I thought it was 150. No, I like this thing a lot. I'll save this. Got one on Jersey Street. This is super clean. So fresh and so clean. I don't hate where this is. But I'm going to go next. Indianola. It's always fun to say. Got a paneled wall we'd want to take care of. Tiny little kitchen. It's not bad. That trim looks weird. That's a tiny little bedroom. Is that 3 bedrooms? AC unit doesn't look bad. I don't see how many bedrooms. Just unfortunate. I don't know what causes it to sometimes tell me and sometimes not. It is quite annoying though. So this says it's a 2-bed. Doesn't really need any updating. So I couldn't imagine that this is priced where we could make it an investment. But we'll check it out. It's on Kessler Boulevard, so price or by Kessler Boulevard. This is, I believe, the Sobro area. Yeah, south of Broad Ripple. Now, this all does look good and dandy, but first let's take it down to 2 bedrooms. And we have to max it out at 1 bathroom. Now we need to find other small houses. That's a small house. It's a small-ish house. That's a lot bigger. That's a lot bigger. There's a lot in here going for like $280. See the difference in this house and the house is selling a little bit higher. This one needed a roof. This actually looks super similar to our house. Quality-wise, layout's definitely different. This one's got a big old basement. I'm assuming most of these do have basements. I did not check this one. We do have a little basement in here. Did we see it in the photos? Don't believe we got a peek at the basement, unfortunately. My guess is it's a little small mechanical room. That's probably all it is. Probably not finishing it out, so most likely not going to be around those 280 comps. I'm assuming these have bigger, larger basements. That one's got a full basement. That one's got a full basement. This one's got a full basement. So I really need to find one that's got a small basement like ours. That one's got a full basement too. This is becoming a little problematic. Because we have a smaller basement, I don't think that we can comp out near these other houses. Here we go. Here's our comp. It's a different style house though. That one's got no basement. I think 280 is a safe comp. We don't have a garage. That one doesn't look like it has a garage. No garage. There's a garage. So garage doesn't look to be like a distinguishing characteristic here. It is definitely a part of what's going on, but I'd still feel comfortable at 280. I want to see what kind of job they did on this property. We already saw what it was like. Looks like they painted the exterior, put a new door on it, added a porch, and just deck the place out a little nice. I think that our house is definitely one that can sell in those higher comps, at least 280. Oh, we do have a garage. I think this thing is a no-brainer. I don't think it's going to take 100K. Sorry, I haven't been saving the properties. It's on me. Booyah! We're about halfway done already. Another one on Pinway. Been having a lot of properties pop up on Pinway. That one's already done up. Rents around there can be around $1,200, I believe, so not a great one. Single family home. Does kind of look like a condo, so let's double check on that. I think it's good. That's pretty nice. No room for an investment. 1870 Orland Street. There's a little value add that could be had here. I'm not sure what the property values are like in this area. Nice little piano. On my eye. I can get rid of these filters. Wow, okay. I didn't know this was by Beecher Street. Let's see what's been done to the property before we look any further. We've got two listings here. One was for $63,000 and the other one is now for $200,000. So this thing definitely had to have been absolutely messed up. It doesn't even look like they did that much. Looks like they fixed up the exterior, so definitely not worth $200,000. This person is tripping. It's now a 2-bedroom. Just gonna go ahead and say that this is probably not a great investment. I do remember this street now. Like, it's this part, this block right here sucks. I think there's potential in this thing, but just the fact that they've got it listed at 200 now is definitely turning me off of it. Let's add a couple filters. That square feet one doesn't really work, by the way. Just letting you know. Looks like they're just going for their highest comp. This one's in Shelbyville. Doesn't really need much. It's a nice little house in Indianapolis. I don't think it needs much, though, if anything. Another one in Indianapolis, Christian Lane. That's pretty nice. I'd repaint it. MacArthur. I'll take a look at this one. We're already up to 240 though. Okay. This one in Franklin. We had 2 listings in Franklin on our list today. Just wanted to kind of see what's going on in Franklin. Does look like open concept is also prevalent there. It's a weird kitchen, half being on one wall, half on the other, split like that, but I kind of like it. I like what they did with those bedrooms too. This one's in Avon. My guess is that this thing is priced a little discounted, just the way the pictures look, but not an investment property. This one's in Whiteland. Gonna pass on that. We got one on Meridian Street. Gonna look at this as a midterm rental real quick. I'm not sure where on Meridian it is. Not a terrible spot. They fixed it up pretty nice. Gonna pass. A duplex. I can tell you already they're asking way too much for this. Like we had a little bit of a house fire going on. Whew, they want 290. My guess is that this, just a guess. My guess is that this thing is worth like maybe $100,000. Yeah. With all the work that you need to do this thing is worth $80,000. Okay, this one's slightly different. Where's this one? This one? Actually have tents out back. There was a fire going while they were taking the photos. That's wild. Again, this thing's probably worth $80,000. Buttonwood Drive in Noblesville. This is interesting looking. It does not look like the inside would look like that, just saying. Not looking in Liston. This one in Zionsville. This is a cheap house for Zionsville. This might be a really good investment. I'm going to say that, and it's going to be priced way too high. 330 is high, but it's Zionsville we're talking about. I'm trying to think of this road and where this house is. It's on this road, okay. So it is this neighborhood. Or 3.2, 2,200 square feet. Why do I feel like this isn't the same neighborhood, though? Yeah, it's 20 years different. Let's look on Google Maps real quick. I'm a little confused. Like, I'm familiar with this area, but I can't think of where that road is. Like, the map's missing a road there. Is there really just not a... There's all long driveways? Whew, this is tough to comp then. Well, here's this one. Okay. Yeah, this is a save for sure. This is just up the road from me, so I'll go take a look. Yeah, it's super nice. Get another duplex. This one's on Keystone. I don't like Keystone, but this thing's big. I like it. There's no way this thing cash flows, though, does it? 4-bed, 2-bath. Okay. That is definitely attractive. 4-bed, 2-bath. We're going to have to go farther into these numbers. I don't trust that. Problem is that we are a duplex, and duplex rents are typically not going to be the same as single family. I think it's probably at least 2,000. That's a duplex. Really hard to tell where this thing would rent. Not common that I will filter by bedroom size on here. But we can see we don't have like any 4 bedrooms in here. There's a duplex. 23. I'd say 22 is probably really achievable on this thing. Let's look at it. Oh, we already looked at the pictures, didn't we? It doesn't need any work. It's cash flowing. It's a save. I just spoke with this guy on another property on Emerson, that duplex that I wanted to buy. It was listed by this guy. I like the way you list, man. It's a cheaper house in Carmel. It's nice. Super nice. I'm just sorry. I'm curious. Where is this exactly? I was thinking if I couldn't get an owner occupant in there, but I don't know. Fletcher Ave's kind of like the pinnacle of Fountain Square. It's cool. Just need to add a cool house for the day. This thing, okay, is it a duplex? This is super nice. I don't know what the rent is here. I don't think it's going to be this high. 2 large bedrooms, 1.5 bath. Rents just aren't that high here. Oh, my arms hurt. It's nice. Just doesn't make sense numbers wise. See, this is what Zionsville homes go for. Mixed use commercial. Certainly interesting. That's cool. See how many properties we've got on the list for the day. I know that I wasn't adding them to the list, so... Okay, we got 4. We'll just stick with this. Not going to do a cool property today. Don't really see the need in it, but I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste these over to the spreadsheet. I turned my mouse on today and I didn't use it once. I'm super interested in this one. I missed this one. See, do we have anybody watching still? Nope. Well, anyway, this time I take a break and we'll be right back to finish up the show. What time is it? Good timing again today. Bathroom and some more coffee. Well, my roommate took the rest of the coffee that I made yesterday, so no more for me today. Oh, I'll just go make some more after this. But, cool. Let's go ahead and finish up our stream, won't we? Yep. Gonna work backwards. Perfect. Good morning, neighbors. I'm Julius Clark, your local Indianapolis realtor, and this is The Pulse. In this portion of the show, we're going to go ahead and go into a little bit of a deeper dive on 4 properties that I identified from today's new listings. Up first is 10 North Keystone Ave. This one's priced at $334,900. This is a huge duplex, 4 bedrooms each side, 2 bathrooms, 1,400 square feet. This thing makes sense a lot for numbers, at least. Looking at the rentometer, I believe I've already got it pulled up here. This one is saying that we could probably get $2,400 for rent. I'm going to go ahead and be a little more conservative on it and say 22. There is another nice huge duplex over there that's renting out for 23, but I think that place is a little bit nicer than ours. But still, at 2,200, if you look at it, we'll look at the pictures of it as well. You know what? We should start using our calculator too. I'll do that today. I don't think we need any changes in here other than the fact... Does it have base... is that baseboard? There's a vent right there. It's not baseboard heating. But this thing is massive. I don't see any work that needs done, do you? So we're going to go 2,200 aside. Let's go ahead and put this one into our calculator. What was our sales price on this one? I'm going to say 335, although we would try to get it cheaper than that. So we got that. Boom. Rehab costs. We're going to say $15,000. Maybe there's some stuff we want to switch up in the property. Our down payment, let's put 5% down on this one. I always like to be a little conservative. Interest rates are a little bit lower than this 8.5 number, but being conservative is always a great idea. For our rent, we're going to get $4,200 a month. We put the vacancy at 3% on these. Management fee, I'd probably honestly manage it for 8%. Maintenance and repairs, it probably should be closer to 15% on this, but if I'm managing it, don't worry about it. Let's say insurance is $1,600 a month. This one's cash flowing at $44 a month. Now, cash flow is cash flow, guys. It's not everywhere right now, but this one's cash flowing at its list price, so I wouldn't judge it too much. I like the guy that listed that one, so I'm going to go ahead and say it's probably a good one. I don't know why these names are still like this on here. I'm going to do these on all of the properties today. Also on here, I can go ahead and make it, you can see your 5-year return as well. So let's go ahead and put that information in here. We just adjust all of this. Closing costs, let's say $15,000 again. No other cost. That goes up. This was 8%, 2%. So today, you'll cash flow $44. In 5 years, you'll cash flow $444 a month. That's pretty good if you ask me. Just saying. All right, let's go on to our next property. This one is 1091 Stanley Drive in Zionsville. This one needs a little bit of work, not too much. It's on like 1.6 acres, something like that. It's got a fence separating the lot. Do have a shed on here that does need a little bit of work. Got some landscaping going on. The structure does look nice on the inside, though. It'd be nice for your lawnmower. Got a little bit of greenery in the back. His furnace, I don't know. I've never quite seen one like that. We do have wood paneling in here, so we're going to want to take that out. This is definitely a 70s home. New flooring. I'd just say a whole new bathroom. Looks like we need new windows. Here in Zionsville, you might as well do a new kitchen too. This one was a little harder to comp than others in the area, and I'll show you why. Let's go ahead and look at this one. I don't think I still have this one pulled up. Yep, I do. So our sales price is $330. This is all one big neighborhood here. These just have really far back driveways. This one was built just a year after ours and is also a 3.2. It's a 3.21, but it's slightly smaller than us. I'd say this is pretty comparable to where our house is. So let's look at the pictures here. Pretty similar. It's got a smaller yard, but it's got a really nice finish out in here. I think we would need to do kind of similar in ours. This one does have 2 stories as well. Interesting little staircase they've got going on. Love that armoire. But this does have a much smaller lot. I would say the RARV is probably also $450. Given we are a little bit bigger of a house, this one just has a nicer layout. It's got 2 floors. And it has an electric charger in it. It's got a shed, a little bit nicer than ours. Got a hot tub as well. It's not that close to the trail, though. But that one sold at $450. I think that's a good comp for us, and I don't think we need to do $100,000 in work to get there. So somebody can definitely make at least $20K on this. Going on to the next one, we have Indianola Ave. Look at the pictures real quick. Exterior needs updated. The inside's not bad, but just not good for the area, if you know what I mean. This is in Sobro. AC unit's old. Shed needs a little bit of work. The garage, I guess. A lot of other houses here do not have a garage, so that is in our favor. Looking at the comps here, I don't remember the exact, I do remember, I think it's 285 is my comp number. Again, don't think you need to do $100,000 in work on this house, so probably a good little flip going on. This one, I don't know why this one sold so cheap. I don't know what was going on with it, but I think this is a comp. I think this is a comp. I think this is a comp. I think... Where's the other ones? We'll narrow it down. That's what we did earlier. Bedroom 2. So we can see a lot in this higher range, but I think these two are probably our best comps. This one's not bad. I actually really like this as a comp right here. I think this was probably our strongest comp, but it was $315. It's a bigger house than ours. They finished out the basement. Maybe that wasn't the one. No, it's not that one either. I think that was the comp. So I think we're at 285. I don't think you need 100K in work. Nice little property. Again, that was 5849 Indianola Ave. Cool. Lastly, we've got this duplex at 1502 North Chester Ave. This one's for $140. This rent I didn't like, but let's go ahead and put this into Rentometer to see what our rent numbers are looking like, and we can run this one through the calculator as well. It just works best for rental properties. The calculator doesn't make the most sense for flips. You can still use it for it, but flip map's pretty easy to do, pen and paper. Let's say $800 in rent on this one, so $1,600, and I know that it needs AC units, and I forget what the other thing was. It needs AC in it, so that's probably $12K, maybe $10K, if you got the right guy in there. Don't think you need to do anything to the floors or the walls in this area for this house for $800. What was the other thing that this thing needed? Oh, the garage. I think the garage probably needs torn down. You might be able to salvage it, but it's definitely got a big old dip in the roof. Not sure what's going on. The roof of the house actually looks really nice, but you can see this garage is definitely a little compromised is the word. But otherwise, I think this thing's really nice. Let's look at the numbers that we've got going on. We've got a sales price of $140. I would offer $135, if not lower, on this property. Let's say we need $20K in work in this house. We're going to do 5% down again just to see rental income. We're going to be at $1,600 instead. And then we got I would manage this one for 10%, not 8%. 2% taxes. This is not cash flowing. Let's say if we put 20% down, though, the regular investment loan, it's still not cash flowing. My guess is that you need to kind of just get this thing a little bit cheaper than where it's listed, and it'll probably make sense. Still negative at $125. Maybe you do 15K at work instead of 20K in work, and boom, it is still negative $2. So you could find something somewhere to make this work out for you, but I don't think after looking at it that it's going to be a great investment, just because it does need a little bit of work still, and the rents aren't really that high. Looking at where the property is located, look at the rent map for this one. It's on the east side, kind of up north, 16th Street. If it was further this way, it'd be an absolute banger, but I think 800 is probably what we're getting for rent on this. So after further analysis, this one's probably not the best investment. So take it with a grain of salt if you want, but I think it's all right. Anyway, that's all that I had for you guys here today. If you need to look back at the properties, here's the addresses and what they were. I'm going to get back to work. But if you liked today's stream, please, please, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to see more of this content. You can also catch me over on Instagram at Julius P. Clark That's for real estate. I've been doing some more outreach on there, trying to get back in touch with old friends and stuff, get in tune with my sphere, see who might be needing housing coming up lately. So if you're one of those people that I haven't reached out to yet, and maybe you're looking for your next place to rent, or you're wanting to move out of your parents, or maybe you're even in that spot now where you're looking for your first starter home, I'd love to start that conversation with you to kind of understand what it is that you're going to be needing to kind of be successful in that home buying journey or renting journey, wherever it is that you may be. That way you're not losing out on rent / a mortgage and paying too much for housing. We all know that housing's already quite expensive, so needing to put in more money than you need to just have a roof over your head is not where we need to be. Work with me and we'll help you find out the best solution for you in your current situation. If you'd like to do that, there's also always links on all of my socials to a Calendly where you can go ahead and just sign up for a call. Those go directly to my Google Calendar and I see them pop up, and I'm going to hop on the phone with you so we can discuss whatever it is that you need discussed. Thank you so much for watching today's episode, and have a great rest of your week. Thank you. What's up, Mr. Arnold? Quick question for you.
Yep.
How much did you pay in rent at UIndy?
It's like $4,600 total
Total? Damn.
this semester.
Okay. That's just for you, not Sabrina?
Yeah, yeah. Are you talking about like our like UND apartment or like the one we were in off campus?
Off campus.
Off campus was 8 total, I think. So 4.
Jeez, okay. How big was that house?
I don't know like square footage.
Well, how many bedrooms?
It's 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom obviously, and then a smallish kitchen and dining room together, and then a living room.
Okay, not as high as I thought. Anyway, thanks, man. How you been?
Surviving.
Yeah. You're still.
Last actual semester, fucking college. So.
That's awesome, though, man.
Yeah.
Do you find a coaching gig, or what are you going to be doing?
Yeah. So next semester I have to stay in 1 class, so I'm eligible to compete next year or next semester. So I'm taking like either if I would like to take an internship. If I can't find an internship, I'm taking ceramics. Just to be in a class, and then I'm going to be coaching Cathedral in their fall squad.
Well, that's a good spot to be at.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
What are you up to? You doing real estate shit still?
Yeah, there was a house that's on the market at UND, and I didn't know what the rents were like there, so I had to ask the expert.
Which one was it? Was it like a small house? Because I was in a duplex, so.
It's a 3-bedroom house on Mills Ave.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I can text you in a little bit too. I can ask my roommate what his rent was like at his apartment, at his house off campus.
It's good. It's so far off. It's so far off from what I thought. What?
A lot of college kids stay on Mills.
Oh yeah?
That's like one of our party roads.
I mean, yeah. Ask him for me. That'd be cool.
Yeah, well, I'll try to figure it out and I'll text you.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome.
All right. Have a good one, man.
Yep, you too.
Bye.
Bye.